By Paul George.
Height is essential to the game of basketball.
The fans can hardly believe what they just saw.
Currently, the average height of an NBA basketball player is 6'6", so making the league as a small guard is without a doubt extremely difficult.
Nurkic didn't know what hit him. It's the A-Train, Nurk. It's
Got fouled. He said, I got to go another level.
However, with that said, there are plenty of players that have found major success at a short size, so let's look at 10 players that will be key to improving your skills and basketball IQ as a smaller guard on the court.
Ooh, look at this.
The first player I think you guys should be watching is Elliot Cadeau, who is a 6'1" point guard for North Carolina this year. In high school, Cadeau was one of the best guards in the country, so studying his playstyle and incorporating some of his strengths into your game can lead to some big improvements.
Create some space.
No Baycott, Paxson Wojcik, and look, it happened in a flash. And
So what is he good at? The first thing that will jump out at you is his athleticism. Although he is shorter than most players on the court, he creates advantages with his speed and his huge hops. His playmaking ability is another large part of his game, and if you're a smaller guard, studying his decision making and his moves will help you elevate your game. The next guy that all shorter basketball players need to be familiar with is Markquis Nowell. Nowell is only 5'7", and he's currently on a two-way contract with the Toronto Raptors. To be in the NBA at his height is absolutely amazing, and watching what he does to be successful is so important if you want to be a good player.
nice look. Puck is down to 2. Noel has to hoist it. Oh, got it!
Flashy is the one word I would use to describe his game. Whether it's passing, shooting, or his handles, everything that Nowell does is flashy.
He's looking for help. Noel, he'll shoot it from there.
The only way to get this kind of skill set is through thousands of hours of practice, but watching his highlights will allow you to recognize what steps you need to take to become a better player in the future. If you've ever watched Rob Dillingham play, you know exactly why he's on this list. Dillingham is 6'1" and is going into his first season for Kentucky. He's one of the most skilled players I've ever seen out of high school, and he's only getting better. Shifty. Rob's handles are second to none in college basketball, and he hasn't played a game yet. He shoots threes, pull-ups, and uses his athleticism to get right at the rim and finish. Throughout the college season, keeping up with Dillingham's game and implementing some of his moves into your game can be very beneficial to you. Tre Jones from the San Antonio Spurs is one of my favorite current NBA players as of right now. He's only 6'1", but last year for the Spurs he averaged 13 points and 7 assists, and he's looking to take an even bigger role in their offense this season. Jones is a true point guard that has a very high IQ for playmaking. He takes what the defense gives him, and he doesn't try to do too much.
One off the rim, Kelman with the miss, and look at Tre Jones.
On the defensive side of the ball, he's also very impressive, causing a lot of turnovers and mistakes for the opposing team. Zakai Ziegler is another undersized basketball player that is extremely helpful to watch if you're wanting to study the game. Ziegler is a 5'9" point guard for Tennessee, and last year he averaged 11 points and 5 assists per game, while being the main playmaker for the Vols. His game is built on his strength and quickness that allows him to get to the rim and finish efficiently. He is also an amazing defender. Last year for Tennessee he averaged 2 steals per game. And as you can tell from these highlights, he's short, but he's also a very big guard, and having this size helps cover up the height difference between himself and the other players.
Ziegler sees a hole and a high.
The next player we're looking at is Malachi Flynn, a 6'1" guard for the Toronto Raptors. He's done extremely well when given time for Toronto, but some of his best highlights come from his college days. Similar to a lot of the other players, he is super fast, but what makes him most interesting to watch is his insane scoring ability. He creates space using a variety of creative moves, and he has a lights-out shot that seems to always fall in. If you're looking to add some of his strengths into your game, focus on studying how he uses his change of pace and handles to create scoring opportunities for himself. Lynn Greer III is someone I have watched since his high school days, and he's always stood out as an elite player. The 6'2" point guard at St. Joe's averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game last year, and he's in for a breakout season this year. Greer's main strengths are his shooting, his athleticism, and his handles. Almost every guard I've showed so far has great handles, and Lynn Greer is no exception. If you're looking into his game, studying how he played at Roman Catholic High School can show you a lot about the perfect mix between being a true point guard and a scorer. I included Gilyard in one of my videos about a year ago, and I had to bring him back for this one. He's on a 2-way contract with the Grizzlies, and he stands at only 5'8". If you're looking for someone's game to study that's under the radar, this is the perfect guy for you. If you're a 5'8" basketball player, you have to be fast. Gilyard uses his speed on offense, but he mainly uses it to exceed on the defensive side of the floor. He holds the record for the most steals in NCAA history, and he could very well carve out a role in the NBA if he continues to be a lockdown defender. Number 9 is Doug McDaniel, who is a 5'11" point guard for Michigan. McDaniel averaged about 9 points and 3 assists as a freshman for the Wolverines, and he received a ton of playing time. McDaniel loves to drive into the paint and use a floater to score over defenders. He also likes to drive it in and pull up for easy 10-foot jump shots. What allows him to create these shots is his super quick burst to the basket and his low to the ground handles. If you're a smaller guard, having this floater shot that he's mastered is very helpful to scoring more points. Lastly, Tyty Washington, who's on a 2-way contract with the Bucks, is a perfect player to watch and learn from. Washington is 6'3", so he's definitely not short, but I had to add him onto this list because his playstyle is so great to watch because he really relies on his skill set as opposed to his athleticism like a lot of players. His pace is phenomenal. He loves to slow down the game and read the defense to make the best play. His handles are tight, and coming off of ball screens, he excels with pull-up jumpers. His shot is also knocked down, which is needed if you want to be a good player that's on the smaller side. I know I didn't go in depth with all of the players, but if you look up their highlights and watch them play, you will definitely improve your game. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, go check out some of my other videos too. Thanks guys.